Today's episode of Daily Persuasion has to do with how to teach people in such a way as that they will retain what it is you teach them. And I am going to use one of my New York Times bestsellers that I've co-authored. This one is called, as a teaching example, this is called Lies I Taught in Medical School by Dr. Robert Lufkin. Oh, what's this? With Joshua Lisec, right there. It was a New York Times bestseller. The week before, On Humans was a New York Times bestseller. That's pretty cool. I think I'm the first ghostwriter turned co-author whose debut nonfiction book titles, the first two that had his name on them, were both New York Times bestsellers. I think that is an achievement that no other ghostwriter has ever accomplished in the history of human civilization, at least since the Younger Dryas. Now, this book, of course, is called Lies I Taught in Medical School. How Conventional Medicine is Making You Sicker and What You Can Do to Save Your Own Life is a subtitle that we came up with. Now, Dr. Robert Lufkin's, I call him Rob, his expertise could have very well been, here's some things I learned. Here's some things that I know. Lufkin's Guide to Optimum Health. What to do to have proven simple lifestyle changes to prevent and reverse disease. That turned out being the headline, by the way. And just, I want you to see this here. We have title, we have subtitle, we have the headline. Lies I Taught in Medical School, How Conventional Medicine is Making You Sicker and What It Can Do to Save Your Life. Simple proven lifestyle changes to prevent and reverse disease. So more and more nonfiction books are doing that, by the way, but where they have a they have a title, they have a subtitle, and then they have the headline on the book. I've had several authors who are doing that. It's working out well. That said, I want you to come away from this with what I promised, which is a way to teach something to people in a way that they will retain it. I'm not noticing how interesting it is that my corduroy shirt matches the back wall. Isn't that interesting? It is not. The way that this book is structured is, hey, here are things that I myself once believed, and here's why I believed them, and here's what I learned instead. So we have the metabolic lie. Metabolism is just the body's way of digesting food. So what we did is we called out what the lie was, and there's 7 lies, 7 deadly sins. You know, we picked a number that makes sense at a glance without any additional thought. Then we've got the obesity lie. To lose weight, just exercise more and eat less. The diabetes lie. Is he actually going to go through all of these? Yes, he is. Sugar is harmless other than causing weight gain and tooth decay. The fatty liver lie. There is no treatment for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The hypertension lie. High blood pressure is best treated with drugs. We got the cardiovascular disease lie. Statins are a good choice to prevent heart disease. The cancer lie. Most cancer is caused by accumulated DNA damage. The Alzheimer's lie. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive, untreatable disease caused by beta amyloid accumulation. The mental health lie. Metabolism has little effect on mental health. And then the longevity lie. Aging is the inevitable result of accumulated wear and tear. Isn't that interesting? What do you want to take away from this? My parents, when I was a young boy, this is the early to mid 1990s, they were multi-level marketers in an organization called Amway. Now, Amway was a pyramid scheme, yes, as far as I can tell. But the reason they were so popular is they came along with other multi-level marketing companies, network marketing companies. They came along right before e-commerce was a thing. Now, Amway, interestingly enough, launched their own e-commerce company similarly to Amazon called Quickstar. But they absolutely botched the rollout and decided that they would focus instead on door-to-door soap sales. Not even kidding. It did not go well, I understand. And many people were frustrated that they saw the first internet startups winning when Amway, with its many, many customers, Happy sellers got lapped by Jeff Bezos. It is what it is. Now, I bring this up because successful Amway and other network marketing salespeople, something that I learned that they did, a technique that they would use, is called the feel, felt, found technique. It goes like this. When you're trying to persuade someone, oh, I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way too. And then I found Amway soap that's overpriced. Okay. That is a persuasion technique we use in Lies I Taught Medical School by Dr. Robert Lufkin with Joshua Lisec, New York Times bestseller. When you are entering into a saturated market or you expect resistance, this might be one of the only persuasion techniques that is wise for you to use, that's likely to decrease some of the resistance. So in health and wellness, talk about a saturated market. He could have said Dr. Robert Lufkin's Guide to Whatever. Now, we did happen to know that Lies My Doctor Told Me by Ken Berry, I believe, had sold well, but that book came out something like 10 years ago. So there hasn't been a Lies I blank or Lies Someone Else Did Me. So the Lies I Taught Medical School, the book works well for that reason, among others. Feel, felt, found. What are the lies people believe in your industry, your space, your niche, your world? No, I'm serious. I'm serious. What are they? What are the lies people believe? Could you come along and tell them that? Lies I taught. There's a book that I believe sold well called, was it Confessions of a Persuasion Hitman. That's it. It follows this. It's a little digital marketing booklet. It has a similar pitch, presentation, model, package. Feel, felt, found. It is a strong persuasion technique. Now, of course, in soap sales, I don't know that there are that many markets that are as saturated as selling soap. Especially when one of the places that Amway teaches you to meet people is in the grocery store. I kid you not. Amway once taught people how to go into your competitors' own environments and try to take their customers away from them on the spot. A terrible idea. Now, I realized that Amway's system, and not just Amway, but many of the network marketing systems, they're designed to enrich the high IQ at the expense of the low IQ. So one of the systems that they use is these apps that are based on points, right? So the points are not exact to dollars. So it's not like a normal quota where we're in a rabbit hole. But you know what Winston Churchill said: when you find yourself in a rabbit hole, keep going. Maybe not Churchill. Maybe someone else. Joshua Lisec, maybe. Most quotas are, you have this much product to sell. Okay, you have to hit $10,000 of product. This premium product we sell is $1,000. Sell 10. Go. And then depending on if you have $1,000 product and $500 product, $100 product, $50 product, the quote, the commission might change for each product that you sell, and that would make sense, right? So you as a salesperson constantly know where you stand because your objective as a salesperson is to sell as much as possible. Well, they in network marketing fancy it up. They complexify it needlessly in order to fool people who don't know any better. So the way that it would work, I understand, because I had some friends who briefly fell into the clutches of network marketing. The way that it would work was they would say, products that are these prices equate to this many points, and you have to have this many points to qualify for this many credits, and this many credits per month allows you to, you see what the issue is, right? I may be misremembering the specifics of the app. I'm referring back to something that I witnessed in 2009, 10, and 11, which is 15 plus years ago at the time of this recording, 13 to 15 years ago. And I remember talking to this person who was so excited that he only had something like 25,000 more points to go, or credits, or whatever, in order for him to meet the quota. And I realized it is not designed for him to successfully sell. And that's when I realized something. Network marketers, multi-level marketing salespeople, they think their job is to make money. It is for the company. I happen to find out also that these multi-level marketing companies, what they suggest, recommend, and I happen to know this from growing up in one. If you're, we'll call it a pseudo quota, if you were close to meeting your pseudo quota but you weren't there, what would you do? You would buy your own product in order to have those sales credited towards you, right? So that's why. Now, am I calling my parents low IQ? One could say that I just did. But did they stay in forever? No, they did not. Why did they not? Because they saw it for what it was. Before the internet, before e-commerce, before globalized customer acquisition became a thing, you took what you got. It was really difficult to do anything in business. My parents did make some money in network marketing. And they saw, particularly my father, saw Amway beating Amazon with extreme ease. And he was one of the advocates for using Quickstar, which was the internet-based, I understand, the internet-based Amazon of Amway, right? But they thought, no, let's do catalogs, let's sell soap door to door. Let's not do this internet thing. That's too complicated. And it was around that time, if I remember correctly, my parents said, okay, we're out. This is not run by intelligent people who want to maximize profit for everyone, because they really got it in there. They got into multi-level marketing for the camaraderie, for the experience. My father was excellent at feel, felt, found, cold calling, cold pitching, but not even cold emailing. Obviously, that wasn't really a thing, but cold calling. Imagine picking up the phone and calling random numbers and bringing them from where they were, a stranger, angry that you're cold calling them, wondering what this is about. Is it an emergency? Am I an emergency contact? Going from that to being a customer. Most of you couldn't do that. That's what you had to do before the internet. Now you can send a tweet, upload a video like this, and people will come beat down your door. Feel, felt, found. It's bizarre, isn't it? It's bizarre. There's many directions we've taken today's episode of Daily Persuasion. One thing you will take away is that many business models are not what they seem. That if the obvious is obfuscated, you're being manipulated. I'll say it again. If the obvious is being obfuscated, you're being manipulated. Why would these multi-level marketing apps not track people's sales quota in cash? Here's how much you sold. Why do they have to translate sales into points, points into credits, and then the credits make up your quota? Well, because they do not want it to be easy for you to make money as a salesperson. It is as if the system is designed to make you be unaware how far, how close you are really to your quota, so that you have to be the customer. So it's like tricking salespeople into becoming customers and making them think that they're actually salespeople. That is dark stuff. That is dark stuff. If the obvious is being obfuscated, you're being manipulated. That's one of the biggest lessons to take away. The second comes from Lies Taught in Medical School by Dr. Robert Lufkin with Joshua Lisec, New York Times bestseller. How many times can you say that in one video? I don't know how many times you can listen to it. So what we did here is we took a topic that could have been taught straightforward and direct and say, hey, here's what you need to know about longevity science and metabolic health, but you've already read all those books, so why would you buy this one? No, we package it in such a way as feel, felt, found. I used to feel the way that you do, having believed this thing, thinking it's true, still true. But what I felt was there's a different way. There's a better way. And what I found was the truth, replacing lie. You can do that. Lies I blank. Lies I taught in network marketing. Oh man, that would be a hit. That person might get sued into oblivion though by all the network marketing companies. Sheesh. Okay, so now coming back to you and your persuasion takeaway of what not to do and what to do. And again, one of the reasons I do this channel is to keep you from being manipulated, to keep you from being persuaded by bad actors. Anyone who's being tricked by a network marketing scheme who watches this video is going to be saved for the rest of their lives. They and their household with them and their posterity for all eternity. Yesterday's episode is about why I do this. So if you want to know why, watch yesterday's episode. Tomorrow's going to be even better. A way to teach someone something is not to say, here's what's true. It's to say, no, here's what's the lie, which is made more interesting. Imagine if it was truths I taught in medical school. No one would care. Lies taught in medical school. Everyone wants to know that. Even you. So you'll check out Lies I Taught in Medical School by Dr. Robert Lufkin with Joshua Lisec, a New York Times bestseller.